All right, welcome back. And yes, Harry does look different. Just a couple of changes here and there. And Veal as well. Nice to see her get in the final or two. It's a good start. But no, speaking of good starts, a nice little beginning for Originem there. They've kind of stamped their authority on this one. And even better, Moses, we got to hear from the one and only Potter, which is always a treat. So thank you, DreamHack, for letting that happen.
I don't even know where to go from there. Yeah, map 1 was a pretty brutal stomping for Originem. I don't know if I see a recovery in this. It's so different. I feel like there's like a mental block between Galaxy Racer when they play against Originem, because the first time I saw them play was like all forward all the time, all aggression, never slowing down, never stopping, never showing fear. And it seems like this is the one team that does make them like pause and kind of reflect and have that respect for the opponent, which I think takes a lot of power out of Galaxy Racer's game.
I'm with you. You know, the old fear of a name, fear of a player as well is certainly very true when it comes to some of the best and brightest from the female scene throughout its history, really. It's hard to look past that. And a little bit of a piece being considered and faked out towards A from the T side, which will be Originem, and obviously Galaxy Racer being their opponents on the CT side. So let's see what they do with this. Maybe trying to cause a little bit of a catch of some rotations, or maybe adjusted positions off the back of that fake piece towards A they've worked up through connector with 2. Claudia, though, potentially posed here for some real success if she keeps her cool. That's going to be 1. That's the 2nd. That's the Claudia you want to see come out early. But now you've got to know this B site is looking likely. 2 players going to come through. Crassi and Petra are the only ones alive still.
Ooh, some nice shooting with these USPs. Petra goes down next. What a round from 23. Good on Claudia to get the double kill, because she absolutely had to after Anna got dropped. They never expected a silent contact play up connector. And it's 1-0 for Galaxy Racer here on Mirage.
That's a start. That's the beginning. And I think a lot of this, as much as I hate doing this normally because it just doesn't apply to, you know, traditional tier 1 Counter-Strike, but, you know, this isn't that. This is a very different kind of, you know, environment, ecosystem to it. Is getting those nerves away, being able to, if, you know, Galaxy Racer get a bit of a lead, confidence builds, you might see that aggressive look from them, but it's very hard to cultivate that when you're being absolutely downtrodden by some of the very good individuals. For Originem, though, it's Glocks only. That's about it. Everyone facing. Poor old Anna's got to be a little bit careful with that scout. And everyone else just has to be on alert. Keep them at arm's length. Don't let them come to that sort of range where those Glocks can really do damage.
Well, SMG's starting to come into effect. And yeah, these Glocks don't really have any way to find an advantage. Except for like this. Nice job from Giuliano. It would be great if she could clean up Anna as well, who was at about half HP, but some fine USP work. And it's looking like this is going to drop down into 2-0. There's still actually some element of danger. If Claudia gets caught, 15 HP, she would certainly go down. Kelly's now tagged up super low. Somehow these Glocks are controlling the situation.
The bomb being where it is always going to be the final point of this one. And Claudia being large and in charge, not letting that one get pressured or considered for free. So at this point, Mimi could still do some big damage considering Kelly V and Claudia's HP, but I feel as though surely they don't allow that to happen. With 30 seconds left, Mimi's options are very, very limited in what she can achieve. If there was, you know, a Deagle, a P250, I might consider it a little bit more. It's not going to be allowed this time. Kelly V's there. But considering what they invested, getting 2 kills even, and damaging those others, I mean, it's going to definitely, you know, get into the mind a little bit there, but the buy comes out now for the T side.
Yeah, nice little reposition from Kelly to get to the other side of the bomb site as well. Mimi was never going to expect that whatsoever, and that was kind of the sealing the round. It was still pretty far out of reach, but that made sure of it. 2 smokes out mid, 1 at the base of Catwalk, 1 in towards window. Flashbangs that Kelly dodges, and ooh, aggressive. She's given away her position a little bit too early on the pre-fire thanks to the flashbang. Claudia's going to hold on to A, but look at how many choke points she's got to worry about. She's delivering so well. And the other half of this attack never got started.
Big Daddy Claudia is out and about. Here we go. The flash a little mistimed, a little misplaced. She just swung a little too early. Gets found, and now the 2v2 begins. Another flash comes through, but the bomb's going to be planted. And 23 needs to be careful on the timing, and as does Vilga. This is a fake, and, well, Mimi's going to be giving it. 23 with a nice damage, though. They've got to know where Zaz is. They've got to know who's the other player here. So 23 on the quick adjustment. Going to try and find a new way forward, but Zaz seems all too aware that this could be a possibility. And Zaz, the seasoned veteran, she's seen it before, she's done it before, but does she expect the CT peak? I love this adjustment from 23.
Oh,
You've done everything right. Don't mess it up now. This is a young player. These are the sort of scenarios where someone who's a bit more experienced can definitely still cause problems. Oh dear. She did everything right, and in the final throws where it's all lined up, she fluffs the lines.
Oh dear. You're exactly right. She did everything perfectly. Everything was so good. And this hit was very disjointed due to the smoke and Molotov. That's good utility work, but man, not getting that kill when Zaz was inside of the bomb site. She had every opportunity, and she'll be kicking herself for that one.
I wonder if, as I said, a young player, and we don't often have to kind of keep that in mind, but truly is, in this regard, again, pistol stack. So I'll come back to that if there's any danger seen, and those pistols were deadly, and they are again, 23. It'd be good to get a couple of kills back just to get that confidence back in the right place, because it's certainly going to be in the back of your mind, but Claudia's showing you how it's done. A swift little P250 is going to make it comfy as now a 2v2 begins. Kelly V with the Deagle, Claudia with the P250, has a threat or two, bit of damage done, but controlled well by Crassi. The swing from Kelly V brings it to the 1v1. Giuliano on point, gets it. A deadly round for sure, costly as well, but a round on the board for Originem.
Oh my lord, it's so close. Originem has got to be so worried that came down that low. Nice save round from Galaxy Racer. To get 4 kills in there is great. Limiting the money of the T side is certainly a good objective to have. And here we go. Now they've got Zaz at 50, Giuliano at 450, Petra at 100. I mean, they have this as good as possibly can for the CT side to get right back started. And they need to have a good half. I would love to see Galaxy Racer in this map go into the second half with a lead of some kind, rather than playing from a deficit.
I like this from Kelly V, being posted up so close. Might be able to see that there isn't actually anyone coming through and playing off the back of those smokes. Gonna be careful of the double pump, but this is all a play towards B. But currently there's 2 players in the additional towards windows, definitely seeing what's coming their way. So the call's being made, but Zaz is there. Playing it straight up, Vilga does find Mimi, who's just behind Zaz, but Zaz has just continued forward, just powering it in towards this one, and clearly feeling that confidence after that 1v1 with Crassi's success coming out of those apartments. The site's gonna be theirs.
Ooh, this is a big kill. Kelly's going to get one for free, I think. Petra not looking. Oh, she's going to snap over. That's so fast. Kelly was even ready for the fight. I think now, if you're Claudia, I don't know, but your teammate's going to go down no matter what happens. Saving isn't really even truly an option either. So Claudia's committed, and a 3rd round for Originem.
Oof. It's just Zaz's confidence, man. It's so hard to get past, even those scenarios, just to push straight up like that and be so ready on all occasion. Just, after your teammate who's right behind you gets found. God damn. 3-2, though. This is much closer affair. I really do want Galaxy Racer to keep an eye on their money, though. I don't want to see those terrible buys throughout, even if you have to just kind of give up a round or two, which does obviously suck. I'd rather you have that full purchase when you need it, rather than it being lacking and having these kind of smaller buys coming in. Utility going to be used from the T side, though, here, Jason, just to kind of try and keep some pressure on Connector.
Yeah, if you're Originem here, you have to just remember the previous round against a buy like this where you almost lost it, where it came down to a 1-on-1. So this needs to be much more cautious with keeping in mind preserving your economy has got to be the name of the game. So I like the slow approach with utility. And at the moment, look at how far back they're playing. Anticipating probably some kind of a pop flash setup, which indeed there is. Vilga's got 1 flashbang, so 2 teammates in connector as well. They're going to peek with it. Here we go. Mimi at a perfect angle to shut everything down. There goes 23, and Vilga has moved in the ladder room, but surely she'll be found eventually. And Originem's going to march up to 4 rounds.
Nicely done. Very well controlled throughout. Anna, not going to get a look in. Beautiful round for Originem this time. Not going to let it get as close as before, as you highlighted. Very, very well done. Keeping all those players alive. And now we do get to see the buyback in. There will be a little bit of a lackluster purchase for 23, but it's going to be okay at the end of the day. Still gets that utility to play with. And again, another shot at this, which they definitely need. And I want to see what they can come up with, because this is a map that obviously stylistically you'd think would favor someone like Originem. They are brutal to play against, and this quick mid piece could definitely put them through the paces, though. Claudia just on the verge of that smoke. Hasn't been spotted yet, but could be soon. And there it goes. Kelly V's fallen. Vilga's haven't found Giuliano, though, on the trick. Mimi, you gotta hit those. Oh, dearie me, it's a bit of a disaster. Claudia finds her, and she's just escaped for free. Crasty, though, in a really uncomfortable position. For the CT side, finds 2, as Anna can only watch as her teammates get slaughtered. And now the pressure comes through from ramp, and the CTs are so isolated. It's gonna be on 23 in a 1v3.
Thank God Crasty's there to pick up the slack. Mimi's gonna be frustrated. That was I don't know. That was an awkward game of whack-a-mole. 23. Gonna go for this at least initially. I don't know. Zaz coming around towards middle is the insurance policy. Even if 23 was to get to the bomb, Crassie's gonna shut it down. A nice triple kill for her in middle and connector. And a 3-round lead for Originem.
And apparently the bells go off again at a really weird time.
Are there bells just in every map now? Oh wait, this is you. This is
just living in Germany.
I was like, wait, there's no what bells?
Yeah, they've just updated the map for me. They made me feel at home. It's nice. Pistols galore, a little bit of an investment behind it, but nothing below 2K. Vilga gonna be on the Deagle, smoke, flash, scout out for Kelly. A bit of a B posture as well for the T side, so taking their time here, and I like to see that, you know, keeping that air of caution. Definitely understanding the threat that was shown in previous, but now that mid-take begins.
Molotov into window and smokes down a top connector as well. And again, just passive and cautious from Originem, not wanting to risk any kind of an anti-eco or anti-force buy round. Split towards the B bomb site, 2 players on catwalk. Mimi's down in mid, she'll join up with them eventually for the actual hit itself. Bomb and Petra coming in from upper B, and there's 3 players here, so not a bad stack whatsoever. I have to think Claudia is going to come join up with them as well, so there is a reasonable amount of defense here. Oh, the boost up was spotted, but it doesn't matter. Can't get the kills.
There's still a couple of players hanging around, but it looks like Zaz is just starting to play a little bit of aimbots, a little bit of deathmatch. Praxy's going to get into the matter, and nicely controlled off that little bit of danger that was building on short. That boost, as you said, as much as it was spotted, still had so much success finding the kills that was required. As Kelly V now, a bit of an unwinnable one in my eyes. Trying to find a way back in against 4 with just the scout. Damage would be lovely, but it definitely won't be enough here. So there we go. It will be 4 standing for Originem, and a lead starting to be shown. Galaxy Racer, at least this time, get to fashion a decent purchase. 23 able to get the goodbye this time. I don't think anyone's going to be lacking anything, as even the AWP is out, and you've got to hope that we get to see a good round. But this could be a switch up of pace for Originem. They've got room now to try and, you know, kind of control the tempo of this matchup.
Well, Petra with the op. Peering up the A ramp as well. 3 players to defend here. Plenty of action on the other side, and it's going to be pretty standard mid control, it looks. Smoke is coming out. This for the mid window. That's going to allow Mimi and Zaz to kind of push their way towards the top mid boxes. It's going to be a split towards that A bomb site. Crassie's picking up the bomb in T-spawn right now. She'll come meet up over at A ramp, and you'll have Giuliano peeking from Palace, but that's a nice pick. Anna, not blind whatsoever. And again, last time they ran this tactic, the hits, the second half of this attack from Connector was not aligned. The timing was off with the hit towards the A bomb site itself. And once again, I think that single kill from Anna has caused Originem to just double back and rethink their strategy.
And if it does come down to a B piece, I like that aggression earlier, that willingness to fight from 23. They're going to have to retake this correctly. They can't come in any sort of light fashion. And Petra, I'm not sure if she made a step, but 23 seems aware there could be a possibility, but they've caused enough of a problem. And the rest of the T-side just held. Oh dear. Oh dear. It's all a bit of a ruse. Petra just played the fake out. They just pulled them away. She just played that so well, but Kelly V still controls Giuliano, so it's not over yet. But Crassie's success has opened up the side. 23 playing back in nice and quick, but a 3v2. And surely the bomb can go down. I think it should be safe at this point. You know, kept safe by a smoke, but now surrounded. 23's position in connector has been so valuable, but this flank, Jason, oh dear, Mimi could do so much in a 1v3. The bomb's pretty good for her too. She waits on the first. She's going to try and get the full picture. That's 2 of them. There's the turn. Anna's now spotted. The molly goes in. They do have a kit on Vilga, so there is time to be had on this one, but Mimi is going to play this one down. She's going to play him like a fiddle. They line up. Oh, and just about does it. 23 is there. I'm pretty sure she's got the kit now, and it's all okay, but by the slimmest of margins.
Yeah, that's a nice attempt from Mimi in the 1 versus 3. She would have loved to have waited a little bit longer so they could line up in a more comfortable fashion, but that op just turned. Nice work from Galaxy Racer to come back in this round. Remember, they actually got pulled out. Petra, just that footstep that she made, 23 had to have been nervous because I don't know what the communication was, obviously, but so many players evacuated that A bomb site with just Petra's presence deep in B halls. They're lucky they're able to recover the round. A fine triple kill from 23 on the retake, but again, you win a round with just one player surviving, means your money is absolute dog crap.
Wow, such harsh words from you, Jason. I'm surprised. And 23 going to be
dog.
challenged again. I know, you're really into this, aren't you? That little bit of a look of Teemo and you're all over the place. For now, though, mid control has been garnered by the T side. Still got a good touch of utility as well. Maybe not as many smokes or flashes, but Molotovs galore. As they have taken mid, so a little bit of going to be a tough rotation, whichever site they do decide to hit towards, whether it be B or A. It's going to be a little bit isolated. Anna's going to have to deliver here. A lot of pressure on her shoulders. Let's see if she can keep her composure. Sees the gun barrel, knows what's coming, and gets one. Giuliano there, goes for the double dip, goes back in, spots out Petra. That's the bomb down. Even gonna have a little look towards short. Knows there's a player there, so gonna be given another shot at this one. And there's 5 still alive for the CTs. And that's excellent work from Anna, not folding under the pressure, maintaining that presence, even after losing that mid control.
Yeah, finally a clean win, and they would love to have performances like that from Anna each and every round with that AWP. This is some very good work and much needed at a situation, at a timing in this half where they can still make a pretty powerful comeback. That's exactly what Galaxy Racer needed. Now they have some breathing room. Now you have some money built up behind this, so you can feel a bit more comfortable. You can go deeper into the playbook. And Petra gonna lead the way through the catwalk smoke, down to mid and up connector. Giuliano hot on her heels, and they found one. There goes Anna. Again, the change of pace is just so deadly from Originem.
This is that confidence. As much as you can break them, you can play a really nice round, they just go, all right, well, let's see what happens when we just yeet up connector. They just flooded it, and actually 23 catching Petra off guard there, trying to get towards the old ticket booth, but now the bomb is planted, so at least the time's favorable. Crassi forced out of position, but no one there to capitalize. Both players for the CT side, funny enough, in towards CT. Vilga, cheeky little smoke, trying to allow a little bit more room to be played with, but the post-plant positions are mostly favoring that connector side.
This is just a little choke point of death in this round. All 3 players dying here, and maybe the last 2 as well. 23 gets across. That smoke, it might go too far, but it's not bad. Oh, the nade is perfect, and the spam comes in, and Vilga's got it. 23's on a defuse, and again, a miraculous retake. A 2-on-3, and again, 23 with a double. Vilga with the double as well. That's absolutely perfect.
This is so good for 23. I was so worried off the back of that really, like, you know, that uncomfortable scenario that happened, that misplay, that kind of, you know, outplay, should I say, against Zaz, that she'd have just, you know, instantly the confidence would be broken. It's easy to fall into those, you know, bad mentalities, but no, she's right back at it. Just instantly right back on this. So lovely to be seeing Anna on the switch up as well. Aggression towards short, gonna try and get the info, get the peek, but I think Mimi might have felt that or spotted that out. But the swing, nice from Claudia for one, but the trade comes back in, and now pressure throughout the map. The bomb is still heading towards A, so again, you might see Kelly V having to be asked a big question here, even though she's on such a low HP. This could be another retake.
Gonna have to be this time. The fast pace, I mean, this aggressive pace that Originem's coming out with is hard for Galaxy Racer to deal with, and this time it felt like it was gonna be towards catwalk and a quick switch up connector. 4-on-4 retake. Now, the biggest advantage Galaxy Racer has is, again, look at all the utility. 2 Molotovs, one's gonna clear out the back boxes. They've got 3 smokes to utilize, plenty of flashbangs as well. So if Originem sits back in these choke points, they could be in some trouble.
Nice work from Vilga, but 2 players towards ramp, 1 in con. Let's see what Vilga can do. If she can maybe get Zaz this game back on, but Zaz is going to be patient. Again, a player who knows her timing, but 23's found Petra, so still game on here. Zaz ain't going to move until she knows it's the right time. The trade again! But do they have the time? This is so damn close. I think they got it again. Bloody hell, Galaxy Racer. Can you do it a little earlier in the day? Stop giving me a heart attack. But it works. They're holding their own. They're going toe-to-toe against these players. And honestly, This is exactly what we need to see from Galaxy Racer, not kind of bending under the pressure that Originem can bring. And the reason I'm excited, and honestly, it almost sounds favorable towards Galaxy the way I'm saying it, is because it's such a surprise to see them holding their own after what we saw on Overpass. To bound back with confidence against some of the best players in the female scene that have ever stood the test of time, it's always going to be exciting because they're so damn good. I don't need to tell you how good Originem are. But again, when I see a young upcoming player showing me what she can do, it's exciting. But Zaz, again, has a little look towards Con. A second later, she'd have probably seen two, but for now stays pretty safe as they wait as the utility comes back in and Claudia on the plate. Sprays in, flashed up, blinded, can't make much of it. Anotho's gonna do the damage, and that's exactly what she needed towards middle.
Crassi and Giuliano, though, look at these positions. The bomb is so far away, so it might not matter, but they can do so much damage. Vilga caught off guard, and Crassi still has one more to find. Anna seemingly knows Giuliano's inside the bomb, so she's already had one kill. Good job with the AWP, but Crassi, she's going to fall back and pick up that bomb. 23 is going to hear these footsteps, or at least the ones earlier, to let him know that she's backing off. So she's going to push up to catwalk and gain control of the middle of the map. And Anna, with that AWP, is going to be positioned and ready for any play towards the A bomb site. This is going to be a very difficult clutch for Crassi. Ooh. But actually, Anna falls off. There's a little bit of an opportunity here as 23 pulls off a flank instead.
She's going to have time.
She's just, it's going to be, I mean, you basically just have to kind of close your eyes and try and get this plant down. There's no point in faking it. You can't clear out every single angle. And now the flank is close enough that it's just going to shut her down as soon as she sticks this plant. 23's got it. So not a retake this time, a clutch. And even though she was hidden for a second by the corner of the box, it doesn't much matter. 7-6, Galaxy Racer have taken a lead.
These retakes, man, I'm thoroughly impressed. I honestly didn't think they'd pull them off as well as they have been, but credits to 23 for showing so much prowess. But surely we've got to kind of take something towards maybe misplays from Originem. I don't know how to kind of chalk so many of them up.
It's a stylistic thing, right? I mean, Originem's getting into the site with the fast plays, but they're using all their utility on the way in. And Galaxy Racer, because the attacks are so fast, they haven't used all their nades. So when they do come in for these retakes, you know, the last one they executed, they had 2 Molotovs, 3 smokes, they had 4 flashbangs. You know, they have all the tools necessary to make that retake happen. And Originem is backing away behind the smokes, and they're just being so effective. So here, a standard A hit. This time utility is used to get into the bomb site. Kelly only gets the one. Claudia pouncing from the site, not traded off quick enough. It's Crassi and it's Giuliano versus 3. And as good as the retakes have been, this one is probably the easiest one that Galaxy Racer has gotten just yet.
And you're so right about that utility. Look how much is left on these players. You have the full kit with Anna and 23 for sure, but Crassi could be a danger. Does give away the position. That's probably subpar. She really would have liked to have gotten like even a one and done and maybe set Giuliano up for a little bit more success. But not necessarily around the world, but a little bit of around the town for now. Goes through towards Palace, but Anna's sticking this, I'm pretty sure. I don't think Giuliano's gonna have the time, no. Unable to do much about it, and again, another plant, another post plant, and another retake. Galaxy Racer, so set up for success with that just flash amount of utility. And I don't think Originem are necessarily playing bad individually, but as you said, without drawing that utility away, you're gonna have so many opportunities for Galaxy Racer to make you just wildly uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, Galaxy Racer didn't even use, they even had a Molotov on Vilga. If they put that in Palace, like Giuliano, even if she wanted the peak, she couldn't have. Regardless, I said I wanted Galaxy Racer to take a lead into the second half. They're going to do that. 23, a bit over-eager, pushing and not realizing Petra had gotten there so quickly. So a 4-on-4 as Claudia returns the favor. That's towards A ramp, and that's where the bomb is as well in the hands of Zaz. 1 Molotov, 3 flashbangs, and 1 smoke that was just deployed by Originem, and they're not pulling the trigger anywhere. Look at the flank. Look at the information being gained by Vilga. And that's a nasty little off angle.
Problem is, this could all be great if Zaz wasn't tucked towards ramp here, kind of forced to play this one out.
Why is she the only one today? What are Mimi and Petra look like they're up catwalk attacking the B bomb site. Like no one's helping Zaz alone with the bomb, and now you've got to go back and recover it. So great flank from Vilga. I think that secures a 9th round for Galaxy Racer.
You've got to feel as though And yeah, that bomb is just the icing on the cake. I almost feel bad for Zaz. He couldn't do anything, and the other two players really weren't applying pressure anywhere else to open up an opportunity. Now they begin, though. But the harder threat is to get past this ramp play. Now, they do have a molly and a smoke with Petra, so they can at least maybe clear one of these corners safely, but it's still going to be tricky to play out. Let's see what that crossfire is like. Here comes the molly. Here we go. Straight in. Kelly B. It's going to be good for 2. Well handled in the end by Galaxy Racer, but I've got to say, I expected Originem to be able to have a little switch up there, but didn't bring it into practice just yet. But let's see how that second half goes. This is certainly not over yet. If anyone's going to doubt, you know, Originem, you're already making a huge mistake. These girls can play it back. So let's wait and see what that second half brings after this break. All right. First half was pretty spicy, Jason. I'm excited, but do you know why I'm always a little scared with this roster? Because when Originem get a little bit fired up, you see how deep they could actually go on this one. They're such good players. I'm still so worried for Galaxy Racer here.
Yeah, you have to be, but also, I mean, you should at least feel a little bit positive as well. That, I mean, Originem threw their best on overpass, those fast, aggressive plays. They pretty much won all of them. They were able to run over the defense. This time, they threw their best at them with those fast plays again, but the retakes were so very impressive. Galaxy Racer stood up so tall. Now, mid-control, mid-push for Originem's defense. This is going to allow Giuliano to have a fast flank. Zaz would love just one kill before backing away, but it's not there, so she'll play it safe. It's going to be a 5-on-5 retake. No more flashbangs for Galaxy Racer to use to hold on to CT spawn. And this is where the round is going to be won or lost. Right here at this staircase.
This is going to be a straight-up battle. That's 3 players dedicated to what? What are you doing that boost at that time? But it still works out for the T side. You are lucky to be alive, but we do still have Petra and Giuliano alive, and they are on the site. One through Palace as well, but this back towards CT is so hard to get past. Take your turns on the fight, and they get the round. I got so nervous when they were boosting and kind of looking around the place, but it's okay. Originem's retake didn't have that utility in play, didn't have any flashes left to try and make it work, but I don't know. This is one of those games that I'm excited to see how it pans out, because there could be that tipping point, and I always feel like it's about to happen, Jason, because I've been heartbroken in the past. You know, I've seen, you know, the classic NAEU finals. I've seen it, especially with these players. Especially, I hate to harp on it, but you know, Giuliano and Zaz specifically. You know, it's like they'll be down, and you're like, oh, you know, everything's right, and you know, Diane's popping off. You had Benita doing well, and you're like, oh, look at this. And then it just crumbles. And then they're just like, all right, NA's had enough fun. But with 2 EU teams, who knows? maybe we got a little bit of length to this, but we'll see. A bit of a stack towards B. I'm just casually flaming NA for absolutely no reason.
I was gonna say, you're
I know,
in a
I'm
mood.
sorry. No, I'm sorry, I take that back. You know, I am like wildly biased towards CLG Red. I just can't cast NA female Counter-Strike. It's unfair. It's like when I watch Claudia. I'm just like, oh damn, look at this prowess. Just beasting it in, but Mimi's still going to do pretty well here, but does get found in the end. So it was a very light investment from Originem, I think, actually barely anything. So it's not going to happen.
But at least you got a fangirl Claudia for that nice little double kill sequence.
I got to, dude. Yeah. I got to hype her up.
Live your best life, Lauren. I'm with you. 11-6 for Galaxy Racer, a 5-round lead. And yeah, this is where we get to see, does Originem, can they lean on their experience here on Mirage and come back in this map? It's not too far out of their grasp just yet, but obviously settling down and establishing their money is the top priority at this point. We'll see if they can do that well enough to get Petra at AWP anytime soon. They do have one kit that's going to be on Zaz. Decent amount of utility, although that's going to run out pretty quick as we're still at a minute and a half left in the round.
Yeah, at the moment, I think Petra's the only one who's got much left. Actually, 2 smokes with Zaz and Giuliano. You're right.
I'm assuming this is going to be a fake. You've got Vilga and Claudia towards the A bomb site. They're just watching for pushes at the moment, but I'm imagining that they're going to toss out utility, and at least one player, maybe both, will commit. And with the retake setup from Originem, they're not going to have the information of numbers. They're not really going to know how many people are here, that this is a fake. You can see it's already pulled Giuliano away towards Catwalk. She's backing off now. Claudia's inside the site, but she's taken down. Zaz peeks and sees no more. This allows them to turn. This allows them to know what's coming next. And the damage is done. 5-on-3, and Galaxy Racer not even in the bomb site just yet.
No, and when you still have Giuliano this close, posted up on short, this is the big threat. Yeah, they're so unaware that she could be this close, and it gets caught off guard. The bench position coming in for Kelly V could have some length to it, but a 1v4 is going to be a tall task. It's not going to happen. Zaz says no, they don't fall for it. I was worried, as you said, not Zaz. Give me the spice. Let's see it. As I said, without, because if you looked at it on the other side, Galaxy Race had Kelly V posted up pretty close towards, or Claudia, whoever it was. They were both posted up quite close towards, the Dark or maybe towards Palace. So they always got to see if it was just, maybe one player throwing a bit of a fake in. But as said, when they were so deep playing on that retake, it was depending on some of that individual nice play coming out towards that B hold from short. But T-side gonna have to opt to chill back. Sits on the P250s. Deagle or 2 here or there. And again, for Originem, for their economy, you want to see that being clean.
Molotov out just to delay things as the utility came over. And at least one person, at least Kelly's ran through it. She's very much alone. And now the flame's clear. The rest of her teammates can come join up. And she can wreak some havoc. She can cause some damage. These smokes are going to fade pretty soon, but over the top, Zaz almost exposed, and now the position's given up. So bomb plant is in. That is pretty much the main objective Galaxy Racer were going for. Now everything else after this is the cherry on top. How many kills can they get?
Let's have a look. It'd be nice. I feel as though there's enough left to make it pretty tricky, but there is the player towards Palace, but they have enough to be able to cover that off, or at least they should. So far, so good. Anna does find Zaz. Vilga's there, but there you go. Nice and clean in the end. It does get enough done. Losing out on 2 would have been nice to keep everyone alive, but they had to invest a fair amount to try and clear out those deeper corners and going through the motions for Originem. But again, you've got to say Galaxy Racer did get what they wanted out of that. They got the post-plant positions. They got a couple of kills. So again, no team walking away too dissatisfied with that round.
11-8. Still, oh, there's the AWP on Petra. She's dropped her weapon over to a teammate and picked that bad boy up. She'll have it at the ticket booth. Aiming over the Molotov for the moment. The bomb is at A ramp, so here we go. A split coming up connector as well. Petra with the first shot missed, and she's actually still peeking deep down. Her teammates are aggressive at A ramp, so she's got the freedom to do this, and all of them have success. There's Petra picking one off. Zaz as well with the kill down A ramp. Giuliano adds one more, and it's just Vilga remaining.
I love that response. Let's say you lose a bit of connector control. You insta-push towards ramp. Zero fear between, I think it was Zaz and Mimi who pushed it. Really nice kind of play to try and keep some control and, well, even the benefit of finding the bomb down there as well. Just perfect. And for now, Vilga trying to do whatever she can in a 1v4. She did find the first, so just a near ace is all we asked for. Good damage on Zaz, but it's merely time being bought here. Trying to play with some sound cues, Giuliano. There you go. Takes time to come through window, but she's good. 9-11 now. We are getting very close to this being all even.
I was gonna say this gap is closing very quickly, and now you have money behind the Originem side, which is, listen, this aggression we saw in Mirage previously from Originem, that's gonna happen throughout this whole half. If there's no answer, if there's no plan for that from Galaxy Racer, they've done something wrong in their prep, and they're in for a really bad time on this T side. Giuliano and Zaz love peeking down that A ramp, so better be prepared for it. And the first timeout is called. And a round they're going to go into with probably mostly just pistols, maybe a small amount of utility and armor. But a 2-round lead now for Galaxy Racer that they're just trying desperately to preserve.
Yeah, definitely time to talk. Take that time out. Consider what you can do to be ready. And as you said, we're not surprised by seeing that CT-sided aggression, but it's always a nice benefit. It's always a nice thing to see them having that sort of depth on that CT side. It's why these players are so damn hard to get past, and you're right. Utility and a little bit of a pistol upgrade here or there. Nice throw, Bilga. Gets on the second time around. High flash towards middle. Might be a swing for Anna here. And Giuliano's going to be definitely aware of what could have happened here. Not playing towards window this time, but merely posted up on short.
Ooh, Molotov. Anna burning. Going to have to use a smoke to preserve her life. Couple players in underpass as well. 23 starting to poke her head up out of the hole. Claudia there with her as well. I guess this is to eventually boost someone up in window and maybe go towards catwalk, but with the aggressive peeks from Giuliano having all the information, I mean, she should be just fine.
Still a couple of smokes on the T side. I want to see if there's a play or something they want to try and do with this. Maybe just a little smoke up towards short. Maybe try and isolate a player, but it's going to be kind of tough considering Giuliano's still just finding new ways to be able to keep track of anyone in towards middle. 3 players are there. The counter utility is put in. And again, you've got Mimi and Zaz watching this one. They're going to know that there's players around this. Claudia does find Giuliano. A bit of damage towards Zaz. Not bad. And we've got to wait and see if this crunch actually works out. And actually, Kelly V, if the timing was just a little bit off, more pressure could have been built towards coming through from ramp. But Vilga this time around the house as she goes. 20 seconds. Can't do it. Zaz, nice little angle. A little dirty there from Zaz up on top. Not going to let it be easy. And we are very close to this being right back. Fair and square, all even. Galaxy Racer unable to kind of crack this T-side yet. Looking for any opportunity. This is the big one that they need. This round right here can define the rest of the game, so they better post some numbers.
Yeah, as soon as the rifles came out, it's been all Originem. I mean, that was what the pistol in the second round of Galaxy Racer, but ever since then, it's been 4 rounds straight for Originem. Starting to really pick up the pace, pick up some momentum. Nice nade damage, as we saw an overpass as well. Utility work for in this match has been firmly in the favor of Originem. Krasi deep towards the B bomb plate. Another nade and another massive amount of damage on Vilga in 23.
They've done so well with their utility usage. Overpass was obviously the crowning jewel of that, but certainly going to be translating here in some way. Giuliano waiting. Is the timing right? It might be. That's going to really put a little bit of a problem with these T's. Going to force them to move out. Vilga again. A little bit of chip damage, but she's down to half HP now.
What is the play? There it is from Zaz. I was wondering when she's going to push up. I cannot believe she didn't get one. She probably can't believe it either. And this, oh no. Oh dear. That's awkward. And they have to use a smoke for it as well. They've got plenty of utility on the T side, but obviously that is just a level of disorganization and where you don't want to have happen. Good shot from Petra. There's another one, but she's a little bit blind. Giuliano's transitioned over. Nice peek from Palace. And it's Mimi and Krasi. They've got no nades. Both have kits, and Mimi's the only one here.
She's at least ahead of the Molly, so they might not check on this too thoroughly, but they definitely should. Krasi going to play through on CT. Is the bomb going to get planted? It is, but it's at the loss of Kelly V. Keeping the planters safe. The last 2 players, where are they? One's on ramp and one's posted on site. Mimi up towards the stairs, looking for Anna. Not going to be able to find her just yet. Might see an arm, might see enough to get the shot. Now she's in danger. God, if they only had a nade, that'd be beautiful. But now, where is the support? Claudia's finding Krasi. That's so good from Claudia. But now stuck by Tetris. This is a hard one to play out. Mimi's done it. She's only gone and found the shot. Claudia forced to take the fight after Anna got spotted out so early on. And now the defuse comes in and we are back all tied up.
Oh, that is so close. What a great first kill to get that allows Mimi to be put into play. That one kill Krasi towards Palace, it gives Mimi the safety of, it gives her the ability to use the stairs. If there's a player alive in Palace, you can't be taking these peaks if you're Mimi. Obviously, even though Krasi goes down, a nice 1 versus 2 clutch. To finish things off in 11-11 is the scoreline. The plant gives another buy, the plant and the losing bonus over to Galaxy Racer, as they try desperately to stop the momentum. Now 5 straight for Originem.
It's pretty brutal. And now they go and walkabout. CT-sided aggression, something we often credit them with, is being shown once again. The playthrough Palace for Zaz is going to push up, get so much info. On the other side, Kelly V is there, but she has been a constant player in this. But has she seen this look from Zaz yet? Not too sure, but she better be ready for it, because here comes Zaz. She is ready for it. Nice little snap towards Zaz's head, takes her down. So A's looking a little bit weaker than before, but is still pinned on this mid piece. If Mimi can take this down, it's still very much Originem's opportunity to keep this round going in their way. And the steps heard, Mimi knows what's up. She's ready for it all day of the week. 23 with a fumble, and it's going to be a comfy 4-4 now. Now it's going to be 4-3. Trade comes out for Anna, so it's not for nothing, but this hit is nowhere near as clean as they'd like.
No, and especially with Petra in position with the AWP, she's seeing the utility come at a ramp. She knows what's in store. Here comes the swing. First shot nails him. Pins Claudia to the wall behind her, and there goes the mid portion. It's all on Kelly. And listen, she was spectacular. She was great on overpass, a shining light for her team. I don't know if this is possible. 1 versus 3, and she's managing it well so far. There it is with the second, and one more, but Petra's got it. Swinging for the fight, and it's 12-11.
8 HP on Petra was the difference. Woo-hoo-hoo. My. This is getting closer. And well, Originem showing their value, showing their depth, their strength that we expect to see in Petra. What a banger. Just makes me happy. 12-11, and the money is looking a bit of a disaster for Galaxy Racer. Unable to kind of create that genius we saw on that CT side. It's just not translated here onto the T side. They've sadly fallen a little foul to what we sadly were considering.
This is, I don't know, they're in trouble, Lauren. They might want to, it's time to start burning those timeouts. They've still got 3 left. I say, just call a timeout before every single round until you figure out a solution. You need something if you're Galaxy Racer. This is for the championship, and Originem's already 1 map up. B hit with pistols. Krasi gets caught with utility in hand. A lot of responsibility on Giuliano's shoulders. Petra's arrived as well. Giuliano's still not involved. There's the first kill, but they need to swing and take some fights, and too many players in one spot has left Zaz somehow in a 1 versus 3, but it's winnable. The HP is so low in all 3 players. There's the first swing. She wanted to get the planter, and now Zaz, this is all drifted out of control. She can do nothing. 12-12, a desperate hit with pistols, and 1 mistake from Krasi delivers around to Galaxy Racer.
God damn, that's how you get your first round? All right. I mean, however it happens is exciting. But yeah, that was the first round in a long old run. Okay. 12-12, timeout comes in, and I think they're kind of, heeding your warning to use those timeouts, burn through them. If you don't do it now, why would you have them in the first place? Maybe they can come up with an idea, maybe an approach, but the money is pretty low for the CTs, so this could be 13-12, but there's certainly threats aboard. Even in these rounds, they could definitely fall foul to Originem here. So Galaxy Racer better be able to kind of focus into this one and keep it clean is the name of the game. See if they can keep that economy from becoming so flush with Originem that it's going to be just that comfy finish line for them. But Galaxy Racer have the chance now. They've kept him back. They found that small window of opportunity, but they've got to make it count now. This has to be a good round.
It's got to be a good round. Got to be a clean round. Krasi with a Zeus in underpass. I love this. Big fan. Everyone's a little bit tense right now on this map. Nobody's making a move anywhere.
No, I don't really blame them. I'm sure you're certainly feeling it after having the stuffing kicked out of you for a good couple of rounds on the T side, but they are working towards that B side eventually, slowly but surely. No one's actually posted up on it. Is a heavier lean to A, at least dedicated towards the side. There is that player in underpass, of course, that could still cause a problem if they fall foul to it, and I'm a bit worried that 23 might get a little bit too curious about it. Don't go down there. We don't like that. We don't want to go down there. That's not it. There we go. Lovely. Calls can be made. She's definitely going to hear these steps. And Kelly V, not going to sit there the whole time, but definitely going to consider this could be a mid-play in action. There could be players just about everywhere. And that's going to certainly quell some of the dangers in their head. But Claudia receives a face full of damage from Zaz, but still manages to hit the shot, needs to back away and keep that rifle safe.
Yeah, and if I'm Mimi and I'm Petra, that's the real battle for this round. I'm chasing that at A ramp. Nice nade is going to do huge amounts of damage. There goes the Zeus, there goes Giuliano. Claudia comes back for more and just hands over an AK-47 to her opponents.
Stop it, Claudia. I hype you up. Stop.
Stop being like that. 13-12 in the favor of Galaxy Racer. So they still have a lead. It's nothing to brag about. It's nothing put up on the refrigerator, but it's something. 3 rounds away from forcing a third map.
Okay. It's still an arduous task because, as I said, on these sort of purchases, Galaxy Racer hadn't had much of an answer to Originem's CT side. The B side seems to be a pressure point. It seems to be something they're trying to explore. But again, Galaxy Racer, let's see what they do once they're back on this buy up against Originem, who have that fully fledged utility. They've got everything they need. For now, it seems like somewhat of a default start here. Bit of an early presence from Anna towards mid, but backs away from it. And we do see those two T players quite close by towards the apartments, going to try and draw that utility out, which they've pretty much done.
Yeah, they've done a great job. 2 Molotovs been forced out, and Vilga's going to use the smoke in the B-halls to put out that Molotov and work around it. Nade comes in, lands at her feet. Good amount of damage onto her. And now for a mid-control. Again on the CT side, we saw an overpass as well. A lot of utility being jumped by Originem early on just to stop the fast pace. They're more than comfortable in a slower mid and late round, but they don't want to deal with rushes whatsoever. Anna, posted with the op towards connector, is going to see absolutely nothing.
It's a patient one here. And there's the first. Claudia finding Mimi is lovely. It's a player you probably didn't expect, considering you have Zaz attentive towards ramp. You still have 2 players towards mid and connector. And Kelly V showing off towards ramp now. Does she get past Zaz cleanly? That's the big question mark here. There is still 23 lurking towards the top of mid. And if she gets a kill or 2 here, that's not bad. She's going to try and alleviate the pressure and allow maybe a more isolated A hit to come through. But it's still Zaz who could end this party. That's beautiful from 23. But Zaz, where is she? She's going to be holding, staying calm, trying to hold her nerve against so many players. If they don't check on this, now with the support of Giuliano, the classics, there's going to be danger for, and of course, it's Zaz. It's always going to be Zaz with the 3. She's so capable in these scenarios. It was looking so good for Galaxy Racer, but now it falls foul and it falls flat. Anna in 23 did so well, but sadly not enough.
Oh my god, what a beast. That's an incredible round from Zaz. And man, I don't know, it's such a hard thing. I don't even blame Claudia. She gets that first pick from Palace and backs away and changes her position of attack out to the ramp. But not having that player in Palace is what lets Zaz not only get the first kill, but stay alive and force all the attention into that direction, which makes Giuliano more powerful as well. So, I mean, some presence in Palace was absolutely needed for Galaxy Racer, even after the kill, and now Petra's back. A nice jump up and a nice pick off onto Vilga.
Just not holding back, and Zaz is still the pinnacle of female CS in my mind, and you're going to see Claudia having to suffer on that again, but a bit of, taking Zaz down is always going to be a benefit, but the T's are falling back to what looks like a B hit, potentially, and it's not too slow either. 23 leading the way. There is still Krassy here. I want to see how Kelly V tries to play relevance to this. Maybe a late mid piece or just simply joins them. But this fall away will play in for Petra, who already got that pick towards middle, which was so valuable. And now Petra's going to be pretty well timed on this. This could either force it or hold it. But with a minute left, they don't have to hurry. They are isolated from Kelly V now, which means this can happen. Petra is feeling it, and that's a scary prospect. Anna now on her own with that orb. Tries to look in. Krassy says no, and it's all falling apart, Jason.
Yeah, it absolutely has. Again, great utility usage from Originem. The pop flash that allows Petra to peek into those B-halls. Kelly's going to go down regardless of what happens. Bomb's even dropped inside of the B site, so I think Kelly just choosing to back away and save this gun if she can for 35 seconds. There is a decent amount of money at the very least. Kelly's not going to get any bonus. Vilga's at 4,200. And, I mean, this is almost a terrible place to be in if you're Galaxy Racer. You're going to be at 13, 14, but your money is so disconnected from each other that it's going to be hard to make a convincing call to buy and go for the win. You obviously don't want to let Originem get to 15 when you're this close, but you might have to, just based off the money that's going to be available.
Excuse me, I just coughed into the mic. I tried to mute it. Didn't work. You didn't hear it, Jason, but the stream did.
Okay, I was going to say, I didn't hear a cough. I didn't hear a cough.
No. Sound guy's going to hate me more. It's great. I'm really just throwing off Eric here. Apologies. But yeah, timeout time. And you're right. It's time to consider what to do with that money. Yeah, Vilga's up on some good cash. 23's okay as well, but the rest are dwindling around, you know, middling money, which is going to be an issue. Of course, Kelly can get it, but it's like, what do you do here? What is the call in this?
I don't really know. I think I would buy. Because you got Vilga with 7,100, you got 23 can have an AK, Anna could do one without utility, but you can drop her something to work with. I'd go for a buy. I'd fight for both of these last rounds. And if you're Galaxy Racer, I don't know, they've had some success at the B bomb site. They had a very nice hit with pistols. They walked in there a couple rounds later. They've been able to get that done. A has just been so tough. And obviously Zaz is playing very well at the moment. She's got 23 kills. Giuliano's got 20. Those are the two you encounter at this bomb site. I think for the most part, you just avoid it.
Well, they seem in a similar thought to you. It's a discombobulated buy. Obviously, Claudia not happy with this, but Petra, did she see? She might have seen enough there. I think she might know what's coming. Now, if anyone goes down, Claudia is probably the player you'd want it to be, which is a little unfortunate. And exactly
that. Gonna be a fake hit to the B bomb site, and the bomb and Anna over in Palace.
And I quite like this. Again, if you're Originem, you might consider, okay, Galaxy had success towards B, so maybe this is what they'll fall back to. And they're showing off a little bit here. Claudia does get tagged, but gonna force Petra away from the angle, so limits the information, but it's not shown everything just yet. And Claudia's gonna even give it up to the molly. Maybe not what you wanted, but again, it will still sell this B hit. Now let's look towards A, Jason. Who's gonna be on the other side? It's gonna be Zaz. Zaz, the rock of this team, is gonna spot them now coming through Palace. A little late on the swing. There's some success, but Mimi is still so close. She could do wonders here, and my word, Anna, you are lucky to be alive. And now that B hit transfers into mid presence, but it's retake time for the CTs.
Ooh, Petra, nice shot. And now we're moving in. Giuliano's gonna get the last two kills. I lagged out there, Lauren, at the most intense moment of the game.
Got it. Yeah, I didn't know if you were pulling a Harry. I didn't know if you're doing like the weird amount of dead air that he does, but you're right. It was the retake.
Did I extend it into a moment of uncomfortability for you? Because
yeah, it did.
It didn't intend for that to occur.
No, it's okay. I was scared, and Moses has now left Discord. So it's just me and you guys. Oh, he's back. He's back. He's all right. You know what? We're gonna take this round because it could be the final round, but they can still get a bye, which is the main thing for Galaxy Racer. But Originem now on match point. It's not map point. This could be GG. And do they push it again? Petra feeling it, and this B hit. It worked before for Galaxy Racer, but is this just a desperation attempt? And now here we go. Claudia getting close, but stays alive. A little bit of chip damage, but not too bad. And Krassy's gonna be the one to probably get a lot of this attention here. But look at that CT side aggression. They know that there's no one over towards A, really. They could still consider mid, but the swing's based all off the back of this.
Oh, Krassy jumping for a peek. The utility's going to give it away. Now she knows what's up. Smoke is dropped. This time, she won't get caught by utility. This time, it's gone out the whole way. Claudia turning into the bomb site doesn't look right. Krassy, plenty of time. And Petra on catwalk almost shuts down the attack. And this is going to be it. This is championship round and championship point. And Originum's got it. 16-13. They are the champions of the DreamHack Showdown with a 2-0 win over Galaxy Racer.
And honestly, that map 2 wasn't bad for me at all. I was pretty happy to see that. I'm glad to see a bit of a challenge. I'm glad to see that CT side being forced out from Originem. You got to see what makes them such a great team at times. Zaz's round to me was the pivot point. That big denial, that big switch up, that big catch of, what was it, 3, potentially 4 players. It was everything you'd want, and only that player could have really done it in my eyes. I feel like Zaz is always going to be the one to kind of be the pinnacle there.
Yeah, that's the kind of play that reminds you that it's the old guard. And I mean, still every single event that goes on in Europe in women's Counter-Strike is about overcoming Zaz, overcoming Juliana, overcoming these women who have been doing it for a long, long time. And once again, they step up when it's needed most. So fair play, impressive performance. I think the two of them even topped the scoreboard in that final map. So, man, that's got to be tough. But I mean, an admirable showing from Galaxy Racer on map 2 at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for me, it was a good attempt. It wasn't as flat as I felt it could have been. Something like a train or whatever. If you looked at that previous game they faced off in, it would have been awful. So I'm glad they went for the slightly adjusted veto. They tried to bring it into a realm where maybe they could have upset the essentially back-to-back champs now. This team is just so prolifically good. So again, good to see them in form and an excellent performance here. And I'm sure now I hate to say desk because it's not a desk, but the analysis will be ready. Frankie's going to be ready. So I think you've had enough of us, but it's been a pleasure casting Counter-Strike again, especially with you, Moses. You're all right. Obviously, Potter.
Thanks,
Potter is always the highlight, of course. And we get to hear from Potter in just a second's time. So let's head back to that desk. But it's not quite a desk, but at least Frankie's there.
Thank you very much, Pansy and Moses. Fantastic casting this weekend. Pansy, stay. Stay.
Please.
Stay. See, Potter said she wants you to stay, and we love Potter, so you have to do what she says. Well, ladies, what a final. Yes, okay. So Originem, they took it in 2 maps. But actually, Galaxy Racer, they put up a respectable fight on that last map, given that it's normally their permaban, Potter.
Yeah, they absolutely did. And even on that CT side, I mean, it was not just a valiant effort. It was actually a solid defense that they put up. You see this round in particular here in the highlight. That was Anna. That was Anna's beautiful round. And they all teed up for that, right? The perfect flashbangs, the perfect utility. Vilgo is even towards Short A, throwing the perfect Molotovs down. So it was really a good showing on the CT side. Unfortunately, Zaz, she like flipped the switch on the CT side, decided this is it. I'm turning this around. I'm closing this one out, gets a 4K. And from that one, it was just impossible to recover from Galaxy.
I noticed that Pansy mentioned this in the cast with Jason, that basically Originem being down at the end of that first half was kind of like fuel for them. Do you think that's what switched Zaz on, Sapphire?
Yeah, I think so. Big players come to play in big moments. And, she knew that they were fighting back, and it was her time. The veteran came to the call, and, that's what we expect out of her, really. She's been doing this for well over a decade now.
I want to talk about the future, though, for a couple of these players. Anna and 23. Now, we didn't always get to see the most from them during this event, and yet on Mirage, Potter, we saw that these players, they're potentially the future.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 23 had an incredible Mirage, incredible series, really. After some sloppy play throughout the tournament, it seemed like she was getting better and better, maybe starting to heat up a little bit. Unfortunately, the crux for Galaxy was they just gave up too many rounds in a row. I mean, they just allowed Originem to start rallying up way too many, going on way too long of a streak. Even looking back onto the first map, I think it was like an 11-4 first half, an overpass. These are just so many hurdles that you're setting yourself back on and making it a lot more challenging for yourself. So it was really through and through Originem just being so dominant.
And do you think Galaxy Racer just were not prepared? Oh, we've got a phone call, which means we've got a winner's interview. We started this event with her, and it feels apt that we get to finish the European edition with her. Congratulations, Petra. What's it feel like to be a back-to-back champion at the DreamHack Showdown?
Yeah, we're doing it again. It was so nice. It was a really rough start in the beginning, as everyone could see, but then we finally picked up the pace and started rolling.
Tell us about how the mindset changed from that opening series where you did get tested by Deathbox on Overpass to wrapping things up so neatly on Mirage today.
Yeah, I think it was not our game and our style, and we were like really focused on how they were playing instead of our game. And then Mirage, we got the read on them pretty quickly on CT, so we could get it back fast. Normally we get it back on T side. Oh.
Petra, we've lost your voice multiple times there, but I'm just going to fill in the blanks. Basically, you just played awesome.
That's what she said. I think that's what she said.
Yeah, definitely.
What's next for Originem? You've got 2 DreamHack Showdown titles. What's next for the team?
Well, first a little break because we need some break actually because everyone needs it. And then after the break, we're gonna just keep on practicing and trying to win in the ECA League we've been playing and in the Faceit League and keep on improving. And so in 2021, hopefully we can play good events there.
I think this interview has turned into 530 ping for poor Petra. I totally sympathise. But I did pick up that you're going to be entering ESEA again. I know you got to the playoffs of Intermediate just a few weeks ago, in fact. So it'll be really exciting to see you taking to that again. And you mentioned Faceit as well. Potter, I know you're dying to ask a question.
Actually just congratulations, Petra. You look so damn good in that server, man. Your AWP, it's on point. Your movements, it's on point. What do you think, like, what's the biggest factor that's activating you within that server, making you so dominant?
I don't know. I also have nerves, and as soon as I get the adrenaline and I'm getting a bit confident, then I would pick anything. But I can't do it without my teammates. Of course, they help me flashing stuff and they help me to get the kills as well. So it's not only me.
I see Mimi. Wait, what happened?
Oh!
I can't tell if Mimi wants to cry or laugh right now. Mimi, you look great. Don't worry. Are you surprised to be here as a winner?
My ears just got blown out. I'm not gonna lie, so I got a bit of a heart attack, but I'm very happy. Finally. Last time I didn't make it out of the groups.
I feel like if we've got Zaz and Giuliano as well, and Giuliano, I know you're not feeling amazingly well right now, but if you can hear us, how is this experience for you, launching this new project, Originem, and proving that you're a team that people should be investing in for the future?
I don't think she hears you, actually.
She doesn't hear me. I have that effect on people. Zaz, can you hear us?
Is Mimi choking? What's going on right now?
Well, thank God she didn't choke in the server.
Almost.
I don't know if Zaz can hear us right now, but actually we noticed Zaz totally activated on your TC side. Oh, we've got Giuliano. I'm going to continue that thought. Yes, we hear you.
Yes.
Giuliano, this is a question for you then. We're trying to get Zaz on as well, but we noticed that, I mean, all of you particularly, like, activated, but especially Zaz, in that second half of Mirage. What happens when you're down a few rounds to make you guys just turn it on even more? Machine. Potter, have you got anything you'd like to ask Giuliano?
I mean, I guess I have to say that, well, Giuliano, man, you were insane this weekend. Your KDA is out of this world. So many rounds where you were involved from the beginning of the round to the end, but you just didn't die. You were unkillable. What was it? What's the secret? What happened?
Well, ladies, I wish we had a trophy for you guys to raise all together right now. I feel like you need something in your room or something. You have one? Oh my God! Right, well, okay. Well, we're just gonna go this. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, everyone watching around the world, I present to you your DreamHack Showdown Summer 2020 champions. It is Team Originem.
Congrats, ladies.
The pyrotechnics are falling. I've got a lipstick. Woo! Thank you so much for taking part. Thank you for speaking to us. All the best in the future. We can't wait to see you at the next one, and good luck with your future leagues as well, ladies. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
we've got America next week. I'm just gonna shred some paper and I'll chuck it everywhere. We'll get some pyrotechnics installed in each of the team's houses just in case. We're just gonna have a show. But to be honest, you don't need fireworks to celebrate what we just saw from Team Originem, because that was an absolute barnstorm of a performance. Is this the best female CS team in the world, Potter?
You know what? I'm going to say yes for now. It's hard to say, right? Because we have CLG Red, we have Dignitas on the other side of the pond. That's really all we have in North America, unfortunately, at the moment. But yeah, I got to say, they looked absolutely dominant. I think next weekend when we watch North America play out, we'll have a little bit of a better idea of where these teams stand, you know, just by the eye test alone. Unfortunately, we're not going to actually be able to see them facing off versus each other. But I mean, I'm thoroughly impressed. I think these ladies showed us a different side, a dominant side, a well-prepared side. We talked about how they looked so methodical, so thorough. They had the executes, but they also had the rushes. So they had a nice mixture of aggression thrown in there. So it was really just a really solid looking Originem.
Well, let's talk a bit about Galaxy Racer before we do look at our top plays of the day, because Potter, you've got a round for us featuring Anna for the drawing board.
Yeah,
I've got it up if you need it, Tyler.
Yes. Take it away, Heather.
All right. So we were swapping here. Does that work? There we go. Okay, so this is one where, you know, we said at the beginning of the game too, we just needed to see Galaxy Racer get a little more aggressive on CT side. So here we've got Claudia flashing, we've got her throwing Molotov, we got Claudia throwing Molotov, and they're essentially activating Anna so she can get aggressive middle and get those 2 op picks. And this is what we started to see as a change in the second half. They finally brought some life together. They finally decided to take some risks, and it was a little too late, but it was a good sign of what's to come in the future for this team.
Well, let's take a look again at some of the action for today. We've got 5 top plays of the day, and wow, we saw some very, very thrilling action. So Potter, lead us in.
Yeah, and with play number 5, here we go to Overpass, starting off with a CT pistol round. And actually, this was just Petra coming through with the pistol suave headshots.
Number 4, we've got Zaz. This incredible 4K again. Like, this is the legend going to work. You know, like Juliana said, some magic happens and they turn on a switch, and this is what you get, a big 4K.
And with play number 3, here we are at Kelly V. This was, I actually did a breakdown of this on the drawing board just a little bit earlier. And this was a really nice hole that Kelly found through in that B bomb site and just made work.
Number 2 is Anna here, getting aggressive with her op. A nice 4K here. This kept this map really interesting against Steph Fox, and obviously closed it out.
And here we are with the number 1 play of the day. This is Mimi just pushing through the smoke. I don't know if Vilga even made a sound cue there, or if that was just pure Spidey senses and Mimi tingling, but that was her, man. She looked whippy, she looked fast, and she was headshotting all weekend.
Miss Whippy of the smoke. It was such a hard decision to choose our MVP of the grand finals today. And we looked at multiple players, of course, from Team Originem. But in the end, Sapphire, it had to be Giuliano.
It had to be the girl with the magic. Just incredibly consistent. I think she was plus 33 or 35 or so frags throughout the tournament. Incredible performance and very well-deserved trophy for her.
Well, ladies, the gauntlet has been firmly dropped, and NA will be picking it up next week as we see CLG Red, Dignitas, and 4 other teams who made it through the online qualifiers to make it to the finals face off. It's going to be absolutely electrifying if this weekend is anything to go by. And before we do leave you for now, we have to say a massive thank you to Monster and Monster Studios for making this event happen. We need events like these to see those spicy plays, to see these women at the top of the game, because they are out there, they are so strong, and this has been my favorite event of the year so far. Sapphire, Potter, are you excited for next week?
Oh, I can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
Super excited. NA, man. NA. Of course, I'm biased towards NA already. I've got like my little sisters over there, so I'm definitely excited.
I can't wait. Guys, do join us next Friday when we kick off the NA event. But for now, it's goodbye from us. Thanks for watching.
Say, 'cause we are one, 'cause we are one. Ow! Can't be saints, can't be sinners, can't be losers, can't be winners. We are one, yeah, we are one. We stand united, we fight until the end. We never stop, never break, never bend. We stand united. Choose to make a difference, we can choose to walk away. There's a choice we make.